Hello guys,
Hello.
welcome to our stream. I wonder how loud we are. It's always something, I have to check it out first. So it's sound settings. Alright.
Well, does it work?
Hello? Hello. I'm in studio mode. Okay, that's good. Emily in the house is there. Hello. Anta is there. Akles is there. Lucas Krito is in the house. Mausi Bommel is in the house. That's awesome. Cool, guys. So I would like to know if the music is too loud and how it like sounds for you, because we usually do the music through the microphone, and I thought it's maybe a bit, the quality is not as good. So we tried making it like directly from the desktop audio, but I don't know how that fits with the microphone, because we're still listening to the music. So if there's anything bothering you or the sound is not good, just tell us so we know.
Yes. Yeah, we're trying a few new things. More on that in the future, I guess.
In the future.
In the future.
Yes. The streaming team is now a smaller team of. I mean, the people who are going to do it usually are now Eileen, Lars, and me. And the others are going to join us occasionally, but it's more the K-Town gang doing the streams now, because we kind of like it and we enjoy it a bit more. And the others, they do more of the physical things on the boat, and which is also nice, and we need that. So it's perfect fit, I would say. Today will be the day of Lifedrawing again. We wanted to get back at it because getting physical on the boat. Oh yes, very physical. I wanted to get back to Lifedrawing because it has been a while for us both, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been doing any Lifedrawing for, I don't know, 3 months or so. And
I've done some, but it doesn't really count, I guess. But mostly figure painting, maybe?
Yeah. So, I want to get back at it and doing it more regularly. Yeah. All right. First of all, we need our coffee.
Is it done already?
I don't know. Okay, no.
I'm asking the
Coffee
expert.
police.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Coffee police.
That was not my intention. Holy shit. Just if you want to judge, do so.
So I guess we will start with 30 seconds.
30 seconds, sure.
We can just, I mean, I wonder, like, what do you guys want to do? Because I'm more for, getting all the shitty artworks out first.
Yes, let's do it.
That's why 30 seconds, like, you just, bash out things. And I need to know what time actually I need it. How can I don't see the time now. This is the problem.
Yes. Well, you see the alarm, right? And I'll see you can see the alarm, on this amazingly big screen that I've set up here. You guys can see it, but off screen we have a projector that has like the entire screen projected onto a big wall, so we can totally see what's happening.
Yeah, we have to see our faces magnified.
Yeah. And it's totally not just my phone prepped up against a box because of the new setup we're trying out.
Oh shit. Okay, 30 seconds. So we do a few 30-second poses. Oh, okay, wait. So how are we going to do it actually? So I'm going to do 2 30-second poses or 4?
Let's do
and then
4.
You
That's
do
just
4.
Yeah, that's just 2
is
minutes.
Like,
yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So 4 30-second poses, and then we go straight to 2 minutes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
too.
That sounds good.
All right. This
So
reference,
Kevin, how was your day?
was-
Talking is going to be tough for someone in the super quick challenge thing. So I guess I'm gonna take over. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, we figured that with the boat opening up again and having opened up since last week, we just do like a parallel thing. So you can do live drawing on the boat, and if you're not in Berlin or you don't have the time, you can hang out with us with the live drawing. This isn't a permanent solution. We're still trying to figure out what exactly we want to do with the stream, because being only a smaller team and not having to change it up every week because you hand it off to a different team entirely, different part of town, we can try a few things and try to make it more consistent and actually try to build on the session we had the week before. So there's a couple of things that come with that, but I don't want to say too much about it because we're still brainstorming and spitballing and all those good words about figuring out ideas, what exactly we want to do.
How long is 30 seconds? It's already gone, man. Sorry guys.
Does it not do a ringing
I
sound?
started to do something, but it's not doing any sound. Sorry guys. Oh my god, nothing is working.
And I can look at it on my phone. So that
Okay,
works.
30 seconds. Oh, it's not 3 minutes. Alright, so and next pose. I'll just do this one.
So I guess I think with the volume of poses that we draw with the 30 seconds pose, do we even have enough reference?
Oh wait, that's a good point.
Is
I mean, okay. To be honest, 30 seconds, and I'm not. For me, it's okay to draw a reference again with 2 minutes, because it's different. Then you can. Or is it?
Totally. And that's it. That was 30 seconds.
All right. 30 seconds again.
But yeah, we'll be looking for feedback on that as well from all y'all eventually, once we have a framework that we can improve upon. It's like getting in a gesture, and then for the actual form and the structure of the entire thing, that's when we're looking for feedback, because then we have already something on paper. It's easier to critique and see what we're up to. So yeah, look out for that in the upcoming weeks. But if there's anything that really bugs you, for example, if you really, really don't like Kevin, Aline, and myself, now would be the time to speak or be forever silent, I guess.
Or just leave the stream then, because it's
I know.
it's basically us all the time.
I think it's done already.
Okay. That was fun.
It's just
that was
over
a cool
still.
pose.
Yeah.
We were okay. No, I don't want to mention it. It's okay.
I mean, just to
What am I
make the
doing?
transition, maybe 30 seconds figure drawing. You didn't start the time, I think.
Oh shit. It's so weird. Sorry guys. It's all messy.
So
No, I had a few seconds more. Just chill. Oh, now it's paused again.
I think what we should do is we should use your phone for the stream, and then I can use my phone for the timer, because I can actually make rounds and track it that way. 15 seconds left.
But it's isn't it? Oh, man, I can't draw it. Talk.
3, 2, and it's gone.
Okay. Isn't it also delayed? A few
By-
seconds.
By 1 second or so. It's
Oh,
not
1
much.
second just. I thought
Yeah.
it was more than 1 second.
I can check with the next one. I mean, you can take some 5 seconds more if you like.
Okay, let me do 1 second. 1 second pose. Let me do one more pose, and then it's your turn, because then I did 5.
Uh-huh.
It's actually super fun just doing those
It's like 4 seconds, the delay.
4 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can tell
Yeah.
me.
Sorry, yeah. I was wondering about that too. That felt a bit too quick, but it's hard to judge with 30 seconds.
Actually, there's a pitfall with quick poses, right? For beginners.
There's like a billion of
Okay,
them.
there are a billion of pitfalls, but it's actually okay. Let's start.
This would be about it, I think.
Wow, that was the best gesture I've ever drawn. All loose. All right.
I love how you handled the leg though, the one that's coming forward. It was a nice swooping gesturing line for that.
I think the coffee is done now. I will pour it in. We can do a quick break, just to
Super quick break.
catch your breath. Catch your breath.
Yeah, so anyone else dying of heat right now? Because we kind of are right now. We're directly under the roof. So the sun's been shining on this flat for the entirety of the day. In Berlin, in case you're not here, we have roughly 35, 36 degrees
Yeah, it's horrible.
in the shade. It's quite something.
Quite something,
It's quite something, really. I think earlier I read that the States are going to claim the hottest spot on the planet or something.
What?
Yeah. It's something about their heat wave or whatever, so I might be misinformed, but I don't know. I'm gonna check out the next post that I'm gonna draw and analyze it intensely before I draw.
So the pitfall that I was talking about. You can, with 30 seconds, you can learn bad habits very quickly, I guess, because I think what you're supposed to do is to be relaxed while doing the pose in 30 seconds. So you analyze, and every stroke is like means something. But if you're a beginner or you just started something out, you tend to do a lot of lines, and then you don't get the essence of the pose, I guess.
Yeah.
And so that's why 30 seconds are not always super good to learn. I think maybe 2-3 minutes. At least for me, that was perfect.
Something I've been trying out with a couple of students where you combine times. Because the problem with any kind of practice that lets you fall into patterns is that your patterns can be bad. I probably have a lot of bad patterns, but for example, you draw something quickly, and you always put in like kneecaps, but you don't take the time to actually look what a kneecap looks like and like what angle it leaves the leg, essentially, and stuff like that. So if you just draw something quickly and you really want to put anatomy, and you draw these kneecaps, and you draw them over and over and over again, and you do like 100 gestures, the kneecaps are going to look off in every single one. I've seen that today where someone was doing that and their proportions suffered in their gesture because they were trying to put in too much anatomy. Be it the kneecaps or the elbows, and you don't take the time to actually look at it. So I think what's best is to have like compression and decompression in your practice. So the same pose, 30 seconds, 60, 180, up to 5 minutes, and then back again.
So it's more, you see it more in layers. You have the gesture layer, you have the more anatomy focused layer. You're getting more into detail and really absorb what things look like, right?
Yeah, you're able to. The idea is that you start like an impressionist. You just draw what your impression is, and the more time you have, the more you can analyze, and the more you can build on what you've drawn before. Because for example, if you just you see this leg jutting out this one angle and you just draw it, and it's wrong, but that's okay. It's 30 seconds. Then you go to 5 minutes, and you have time to actually look at the leg. Because with 5-minute poses, I'd recommend just looking at the pose for like a solid 30 to 60 seconds. It's really cool to just look at the pose and analyze it before putting the pencil down, or pen, or brush, or whatever, and then draw. Just take this extra time of analysis or introspection, and then draw. And then you have this knowledge going back to the shorter poses. So now you've kind of destroyed your bias by taking the time to look at it and drawing it over and over. So now you can apply from a place of knowledge instead of a place of impression, like at the start.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good routine to do like every day. It's like 10 minutes, I think, is what it takes.
Yeah.
If you just
we should continue with
I
the
should
poses.
continue.
we can
then
fall
I-
into this and just talk about it all night without drawing actually. So that's a pitfall as well. you know. That's a huge pitfall.
very much so.
Emily in the house. Geez, sounds pretty hot. It is damn hot in here.
It is.
Aliyah is sleepy all day. But there are tricks you can do actually if you live in a very hot. You have to make
I
the
have to set the time. I don't like that. I think that
I
should
can
be
tell you
changed.
when the time is
Okay.
so small.
Why doesn't I need to click here first? Or can I move this?
Is it your favorite brush?
No, it's not. I'm just using yours.
It's good, right?
It's yeah.
It's good. I made it myself.
Awesome.
It's just a round brush. And a bit of an ellipse, you know.
So your line is what you're trying to say. To really get back into this. This feels
30
rust-
seconds are done.
Are they?
Yeah.
But you know, with the extra 5 seconds that stream delay takes.
No, that's what I.
What?
Yeah, it's done. It's
Okay,
already.
Okay.
I mean, it will be earlier, right?
Oh yeah, I guess. I'm really bad with time stuff like that.
I
So
mean,
if
I'm
like-
bad with time as well.
I give you like 4 seconds more.
30 minutes now.
Oh, shoot. I knew something.
Guys,
was-
it's the temperatures. My laptop is also like barely making it, I guess.
It's dying. It's dying, R2.
All right, 30 seconds.
Can you please not tap?
Oh man, actually I started playing Dark Souls,
Yes. I cannot talk.
and
I would like to.
Jesus Christ, what can I say about it? Done. The time is done.
Already. God damn it.
It's only 30 seconds, man,
I know. I just. Oh, how frustrating.
and it's freaking hard, man. But like this, it's been a while when I was in this stage where I wanted to rage quit, you know. I've been playing StarCraft a lot in my teenager years. Yeah, and that was like kind of the feeling that I was getting from Dark Souls, like this boss that I'm trying to solve, the Bell gargoyles. It's impossible for me because it's like, I don't know, man, the camera is so wanky and the movement and everything is so weird. Time is up.
Yeah.
Nice, that's cool.
Getting into it. Slowly. Oh, that's a cool pose.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the clock timer app of Windows itself is better than Countdown Pro, honestly.
No.
But I guess we can't show it in OBS.
Yeah, something was there. We couldn't.
God damn it.
What are you doing?
I keep doing the wrong thing and losing precious seconds. You know, I need to speak on this. Is this supposed to
The time's not going.
Is it not?
No.
Sure. It is.
Yeah,
You're
wait.
lying. And we must have 25 seconds on this one. Should be going. I mean, there's a delay, right?
Yeah,
So-
there's a delay. Sorry, guys. It's so. That's a super nice pose. Yeah. We're drinking coffee now, which is super good. Just to keep you updated, it's a caffeine-free coffee.
I'm giving myself way too little time, too little space for this. It's so frustrating.
And time's up.
Yeah. God damn it. This is completely wasted. I think one last one is what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do one last one.
I can't think straight. What am I doing?
You wanted to set the time, probably.
Yes. Where's the... Oh, this is a disaster. This is... They look so similar.
Yeah, true. I know.
I know. What have so many icons anyway?
Because I'm using them regularly. What are you doing?
don't have a new thing set. I'm clicking on the wrong things. It's all wrong.
Alright guys, we're going to 3 minutes and then it will be less stressful.
Ding dong boom. Okay.
Guys, do you have a... Okay, no, it's hard for you to to write probably when you're drawing.
Yeah.
So I will just entertain you with my talking. What can I tell you? We've actually made our flat a bit different. We rearranged things. So Eileen has a room now, and I have a room because we have been working in one room for forever, like since we moved in here, and it's just nicer to also have the separation, you know, and because we were just hanging out together all the time. And
got done.
the
Right?
time is gone. Yeah, It's yeah.
Okay.
All right, so it's my turn now, right?
Yeah, it's 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Actually, it takes some time now to look at this.
And we just wanted to try something out, and it's at the beginning was scary because, you know, it's a big change, but kind of right now we both enjoy it, like just doing our own rooms and seeing also like how different or how things are coming together because we both bought different kinds of furniture, so that's super cool. That's my little small talk for you. All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutos. You have to give me the time.
Yes, I shall.
You shall give me the time.
Slot delay. Good God. Yeah, I feel like we'd be more productive if we just replace us talking with like a gnosis track of someone just going, it's so cold, it's so very cold, I'm dying in the frost, just to have the association, maybe. But yeah, Dark Souls. We're gonna solve the Bell Gargoyles at some point. Maybe today, who knows.
We'll see.
They're tough.
I hope so, because man, I mean, I'm not playing with the controller usually, but I mean, it's alright, you know. I don't want to say it's a controller, but it is a bit, you know.
You'd be complaining more about the keyboard.
You can complain about everything, man. The freaking camera, it's like going crazy with both gargoyles flying around.
I told you to not lock onto the gargoyles, they're so big. You can hit them without locking on. You just have more control over almost everything. I feel like you have 30 seconds left.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought I have 2 minutes, and I thought it's maybe like an eternity. Now I'm starting this weird stuff here. And it's falling. I'm falling.
And time.
Oh man.
I think we just do 5 as well, maybe, if that's possible.
5? Yeah, sure.
It's just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's so weird how your perspective changes after doing like 10 to 15 minute things every week. Hey, Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed is in the house.
You're just in time to watch us melt while drawing.
Yeah, man, my legs are sweating. Do you have that as well? Like, oh
Yeah.
man, it's so weird. I hate it.
I mean, technically, I could just stand up. I don't need to sit. It'd be more comfortable just, I guess, like slap squat on the on the chair than sitting on it. Why is that not a thing? Why isn't there like a chair that has ventilation? You have 90 seconds still.
90 seconds? That I can manage that.
Yeah, that's an eternity until it's not.
It's super weird. I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing?
And you guys are also struggling to get comfortable.
Yeah.
As it turns out, moving around trying to find a cold spot is not going to get you a cold spot. It's kind of frustrating that way. Just gonna heat up. Looks like she's happy. Yeah. I mean, in a way, you could kind of make the argument that...
Time's up, right?
No, you have 30 seconds left. Well, technically 25, but you know.
It's weird. It's weird that I just felt very lost right now after when you said I have a few seconds left.
Sorry.
So what to do now? I mean, it's just sometimes you're in this
time
mode where we just want to get this done, and it's just for the 2 minutes and not beyond. And then if you manage it, it's sometimes weird that it continues the time. And it's like, okay, I've done what I wanted to do. I have to do more decisions now.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Is it going? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
That's a cool pose. Man, those are very cool poses, actually.
They are.
By the way, the ref pack is from Noah Bradley.
Well, it's reference.pictures, technically.
Yeah, okay, it's true. We were looking for a naked Noah Bradley, but it was not in the sample pack, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what kind of references to use if we continue with the live drawing.
Probably shoot our own. Because it's freaking hard to find. Oh, but it's not that hard.
I mean, there's a lot. It's just, the specifics of can we use it on a stream? Because technically it's free advertising, but we're not using it. Like, personally, we're kind of giving it to other people as well. But this is a free one, so there's no profit they're losing. So we figured this should be okay. And then we're gonna try and figure something out for the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, I thought we had some reference pics already, but there was nothing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, technically we could just have a model on the boat do a turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we don't sell it should be fine. From the turnaround, or like a shutter thing, where it's like a bunch of individual pictures from like the model doing one motion.
Yeah.
So a lot of reference pictures for very little effort on both the photographers, the teams, and the models part. Turns out talking is actually quite exhausting. Holy shit! Can we do a Pratchett themed stream? I don't know how that would work, but
yeah, how should we do it?
What we do is we invite the don't do me dirty like that. No, we invite it's amazing. My brain doesn't work when it's overheated. We invite the gentleman who does the audiobooks. So we don't talk at all, he just reads from a Pratchett book.
Man, that would be awesome.
That would be sick.
While we're doing just the drawing, right?
Yeah, while we're doing like this world themed drawings, just draw people in black cloaks and or we just get is it Jeff Kitby Kirby? I forgot which one. There's one illustrator for the Discworld that was called Kitby and one that's called Kirby. And I forgot which one is which.
How about the time?
Sure thing, Mutia. So thanks for still doing the sessions, guys. It's always fun to draw with you. The small talk is much appreciated. We're trying. We're not in our A game, not like we ever are. We're reserving our full potential for some other time. So
But
keep
to
you
be
on your
honest,
toes.
I feel pretty fresh today. You know, it's sometimes I'm very very tired because it's after work. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this now. I'm still doing it, and today I'm pretty good. Actually, it's just very
You
warm.
didn't start the time. I just realized.
Oh,
I am sorry.
I actually asked you.
Yes.
Okay, I guess it was 2 minutes. Actually, I was starting to detail stuff.
Yeah. Probably everyone is looking at the time. I'm just glad that it's not going ticking down.
Yeah, nobody's saying anything. Oh, I have one more, right?
Making. You have like way more. Didn't we say like 5?
Yeah.
But you did 2.
No, I did 3 already.
3 already.
This one,
Oh yes.
this one, and this one.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Counting is also hard.
2 minutes.
Why doesn't it do a sound? I ask. Can't you click that it does a sound? Isn't it way
There's
easier
nothing. There's no option.
But there was an option thing in the top left.
I did click it already.
Oh, okay.
I'm drawing now. I want to draw now.
Alright. And you are. The time is actually ticking down for a change. I don't think my phone will actually last for the entirety of the stream. That's going to be a challenge.
Well, if not, we can just use mine.
You have little over a minute left. And I wouldn't mind just a session where we just talk about Pratchett for 2 hours. And there's a lot to be said about art and life when discussing Pratchett in a way. So excited when you get to the books that kind of shaped me as a person in a way. Must have read them so many times. There's so many cool. I mean, you start to kind of dip your toes into the cool ideas that he has, but when he starts relating them to life and philosophy, it's insane. He's so good at conveying a really complicated idea through metaphor and clever writing.
I mean, that's what intelligent people do, right?
I guess. But this one really connected with me. There's a couple of really cool ones on. You have time's up. Sorry.
Time's up.
Yes. One more.
One more.
There's a couple of really interesting ones on
Damn, that's cool.
imagination and belief.
That's good. Alright, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Start. I think I know why it's sometimes not showing, because you can't click it away. You have to click on the reference pick.
Yes. That's what I did with every single one. That's why I had to restart a couple of times, because I clicked on the wrong one. It was still there and I was losing like 5 seconds already. Oof.
That's a cool freaking pose.
It is.
Reminds me of Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Powerful pose. Just having some neat twisting going on. Somewhat supple. It's really the leg turning in, not the hip.
Wait a minute.
Something neat about quick poses is also that you can try different approaches, because you can reiterate from one pose to another. So if you want, you can try a shapy approach. You can try to find a line of action first. So many different ways you can do. You can try to just draw the average shape of everything first, or put in some anatomy while you're at it. There's a couple of things that really help selling a body part quickly. Like for example, the upper arm works as a cylinder or just 2 lines, but getting like this one extra line in to imply the deltoid, it implies it's an upper arm because no other shape actually looks like that. Same with the upper leg. If you actually take the time to make the upper leg not just like straight lines, but have them taper a bit, looks a lot more like a thigh than any other comparable body part. There's these subtle things that are really neat to put in when you have the time. And with 2 minutes, you probably can do the same, distance of pen traveled as with a 30 seconds pose, but you can take a bit more time to do these small diversions, small side trips to get stuff like that in. So Tumbleweed was asking, I haven't been feeling it the last couple of streams, and now I'm seeing how rusty I am. What do you guys do when you're in a slump?
Quick poses. Very quick poses. Because then you can get into this mode of just, getting back to where you have been before. It's just for me the lines. I feel like I have to get into the rhythm of the figure again. I think time's up, right? Mm-hmm. You have to get into the rhythm of the figure again with the lines, because there's some kind of knowledge in my movement, and I have to get it back, and I get it back best with gestures and 2 minute poses, and because that's the foundation. If that's not working, you start like fiddling around on details. It'll take forever.
Yeah,
it's very frustrating because you probably spent more time on a failed picture than just 30 seconds, and you can feel getting back. You can feel it when you get back to the level you were before, where you were before. At least for me. I mean, it's probably different for everyone, but for me, short poses are the go-to thing.
Yeah, I mean, for me it's also comfort zone, mostly, but I'm just going to build on that, because we talked about that, I think like 2 weeks ago, maybe, because it's actually kind of nice to take care of the easy thing first. Maybe you can build on that while I try to actually draw. It's so weird to sit like to the side of it, but it should be fine.
Yeah, it's super nice how you start, actually. I really like it. I think if you draw this way, it's also easier to remember them from your head. If you're doing a pose again, because you're breaking it down to the forms, and if you know that and you know how to apply everything on top of those forms, you can probably draw it from your imagination as well. I mean, probably. It's maybe easier, but
yeah, it takes some extra effort. But I think it's good to find. Actually, it's probably good to find a comfort zone, something that you're not just reasonably decent when compared to things that you want to be better at, but that also are fun for you.
40 seconds.
Because the thing with getting back into something, it's a lot easier if you're not putting yourself under pressure for it to look good. So if you're having fun, it's not that bad if it looks bad. For me, it's sometimes figure drawing, like quick poses, or it's studies. Because with studies, the goal isn't to make something nice looking; it's just to learn something. Even though, of course, kind of want to go back from a study just knowing, that looks good. I did something. Look at that hyperextended elbow! Holy shit! That's always something I struggle with to actually make look natural, because if you just put in a bend like that, it looks broken. That's tough.
And time's up.
All right.
And there are a lot of reference pics, actually.
Yeah, I'm expecting with every pose to run out, but we haven't yet.
True, yeah.
It's great. Oh no. And it's going to be small things, if you never actually paid attention to the axes of the shoulders and the hips, like here, it's so cool. it's these fun things that you can find that make poses unique. That you can pick up with just small studies, and I feel like getting back into something like that, because you're gonna learn something. It's gonna be satisfying one way or another. For example, usually I just do this because that's my gesture. I'm gonna continue with that, but I'm gonna go back to something once I got everything in. I'm starting way too big though.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's really just a small canvas.
No, that's totally me. All good. Let's see. That's such a cheeky smile too. It's great. I talk about the deltoid. It just does so much if you put it in. Chair. So what I mean is, for example, something really cool is that you can clearly see the rib cage actually jutting out. So that's something I want to take away from this one drawing. If anything, it's the rib cage here, here, and then the stomach kind of drooping down with the hip jutting out. So that's something.
It's a nice indication of structure there.
Yeah. A million things we said about
20 seconds left.
So just also, just to quote Steve Houston, simple yet what was it? I can't think. It's terrible. Simple yet characteristic, I think was the word. It's way too small. Oh well. Just getting the head shape in there does a lot usually.
Time's up.
Yeah. Okay.
Time's up. I really like the approach from Chris Legaspi.
Oh yeah.
Because he's doing, he's working a lot with the circles as well. And I think Kan Muftig is doing that too.
Yeah.
And when I did it the first time, I was like blown away how good it works a lot of the times. It looks very nice, very designed, and it conveys everything for a gesture,
Yeah. I've always tried it. I didn't like it as much because it's a shape approach. I like to think about form. I can totally see the merit, and I love the look of it, but I never. It doesn't quite gel with my thought process, really.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the biggest difference between us both. I'm more of a shape copier, I guess.
Shape analyst.
Shape analyst
is the word I would use. That's more accurate and sounds more flattering too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to get more into that too, but yeah, because there's a lot of benefit to knowing both. Actually, the neck is extending a lot more here.
Feels very good to be back with the Lifedrawing. It really is crazy because it's been a very long while now since we did it last time.
Yeah.
We did all sorts of other stuff in between. It was super fun as well.
Learned a lot too.
Yeah, we learned a lot. I mean, damn, time's up.
Okay.
One thing is the expectation thing. That's what I really liked about doing this weird stuff is that so if you have a weird reference and you can't make it, super ugly anymore because it's already super weird and super ugly, it's, and if the topic is not giving you like this expectation of having something crazy nice at the end, I think, then you're much more freer to experiment. And that's what I really liked about the weird stuff that we did the past months. nice. This kind of reminds me of Bekaliev.
Does it?
Yeah, a bit. I think it's because of this.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Kind of tough to actually look back at something and see what I did. I'm just trying to fit things together right now. Is that arm drooping down? Yeah, it is. That's the textbook definition of lounging. Holy shit. That's kind of the mood right now. Just. And this is where you can kind of do this circle.
Yeah, exactly.
If I could draw a circle,
Awesome.
And here you could probably do it too. And here would.
Yeah, but then you already had it.
I know. I'm just saying. That's why what I used could, could have, didn't.
Nice.
Missed the opportunity.
Oh man, but that's awesome. Time's up.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. How many did you do it now?
How many
4?
did I do? I think 4. Yeah, 4.
Okay, one more then. One more then. And then we do 7 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm very scared of them actually.
Oh shit, okay.
Alright, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys.
2 minutes. Those are always the toughest, the ones that have a lot of straight lines. Because you can hide quite a bit under motion. And
I mean, you could get some gesture in there. Easily.
I could, but I think showing stability is actually a really cool challenge. So I'm gonna
just a plank.
Also, holy shit, she's holding that like an absolute champ.
Yeah, true. But look at her core, man. You can see it. It's strong.
Okay, just getting some. You can actually interestingly see this thing that I keep telling people that the neck doesn't do this. That's fine. But the neck does actually something like that, and the muscles of the back actually do something more like that. So with the muscles,
yeah, you can see it there, right?
Some observation that you can have with these kinds of poses. See a really neat separation of the. Oh, never mind. I should draw. Shoot. Oh no, I moved it. I should have done that. Can you actually still see?
Yes.
It's way smaller. That's how it works. I'm just mismanaging my space like an absolute fool.
Time's up.
Already, holy shit, yeah. Spent too much time talking. Anyway,
that's alright. I mean, we're talking. We're here to entertain you with our talking.
True.
A bit, I just drank a coffee. So, 7 minutos.
Do we want to do 7 for you, 7 for me? Or do you want to do 7?
Let's do.
It's just 17 minutes, 15 minutes straight, essentially, just to pose. I think that's
yeah,
totally fine.
Can do 2. Yeah, that's good.
I feel like then you're warmed up and you're ready to tackle the next one.
Yeah, I'm warmed up the whole day.
This feels like actual practice. I think we keep talking what you do in a slump. I think start little, don't expect too much is also a good mindset to have.
That's a nice pose for 7 minutes.
I'm totally guilty of doing the exact opposite, wanting everything and expecting all of it. Did we start with that one?
Oh wait, is the time going?
Yes, it is.
Did we start with that one?
Maybe.
No, I don't think so. Oh wait, we had something similar.
It's fine though, we'll see,
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe we'll pick up on it.
I mean, that would be perfect now.
Yeah. Is also one of the poses you started with.
So what are you guys? I mean, you can't probably. Maybe one of you does actually. So my question is, what do you do to get out of the slump? Like, I mean, life drawing. Nobody's doing life drawing every time, right? So I guess life drawing is the best example of being rusty in something and trying to come back at it.
And for those that...
I had this fear when I was in a try-hard mode when I was a few years ago. I had this fear that if I stop now, I will just lose all the progress that I've been working so hard for, that led me to doing more life drawing and essentially not enjoying it because I was like, I have to do it because otherwise I will, forget everything that I've learned and all the knowledge will be gone forever. I mean, not forever, but I'm losing my what do I want to say?
I want to say, oh
Nobody
my god,
knows.
it's so hot, my brain is frying, I'm dying. Maybe, I'm just assuming, maybe I'm projecting. You were afraid of losing your progress.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, and that kept me going, the fear of stopping, that kept me going. But then you have to let go, guys, you have to let go. Let go to let in.
Which one? Oh, that was Game of Thrones, where it's not honor that keeps the people in line, it's fear and blood and that. Yeah, I mean, that can be a motivator. I don't think it's healthy in the long run.
Yeah.
At
the end, you're doing it because you enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
And you want to make a living out of it, and that's making it stressful.
Yeah.
And then it's a question of...
I mean, there's also
a question of the question.
I think there's also the factor of, doing something because right now it's painful to do, but eventually it'll become second nature.
Yeah.
In a way. Always felt that way about perspective. Now I teach it. So just getting to a position where you have to do it, and then once you can do it, it feels a lot more freeing. When you're not forced. Yes. Wow. Okay. Chat is actually. So, Tanwi was agreeing earlier with the thing about expectations. When exactly, I can't lower my expectations at all. It's a never-ending cycle of disappointment of my own doing.
Aww.
I totally feel you there. I have one recommendation that helped me a lot. On YouTube, if you don't know him already, Struthless. I'm gonna type it in chat. He's an artist who apparently struggled with a lot of issues, and he's been sharing his experience, which is his own and something he learned in therapy, I guess. And it's amazing. It deals with putting a lot of pressure on yourself, perfectionism, and all kinds of typical artist diseases, and ways to deal with it. And for me, one of his videos was like a key that kind of unlocked something in my head. And he covers, I feel like, every artist anxiety and phobia. So maybe you get something out of it too. Yeah, I hope that helps. So Emily asks, do you have any tips for how to get proportions right? Sometimes it works for me, other times it's way off. So I haven't tried evening to fill with that topic, so you go ahead.
I go ahead.
No, I can talk about it if you don't have anything.
For me, it's always about the relationship of things. So, I mean, it's also a lot of practice, because I don't have this one rule that helps every time, because I know that when I started out, I always heard these rules about you have to compare this and that, and you have to do this thing and have the figure in that, and then I tried it and looked like I can't. It didn't help me at all.
Yeah.
So for me, it was actually getting the gesture and having the gesture be a bit proportional, and then comparing the small shapes. You know, like how big is this one compared to this one, and you can see it in the picture. I mean, I'm just comparing all the time. Like how. So that's why I'm probably more of a shape copier than a form artist.
Yeah, to build on that, I think it's important to have something on the paper. So like Kevin said, have something to compare something else to.
Yeah.
So you can kind of jump to conclusion from something to something, if you know what I mean. Classic.
That's an absolute classic.
Absolute classic, that one. Nobody knows what's happening. That's great, because it's hot and I don't want to make sense of other things. But yeah, gesture, just having something on the page gives your eye something to analyze, so you don't have to do all the thinking for yourself. You as a person, but you can actually put some of the strain on your subconscious, because your brain is really good at making those decisions or making those judgment calls. 14 seconds left.
14.
Hey, Anta.
Anta
Hello.
is in the house.
So yeah, just getting some quick lines down, because then you can start to correct. You don't have to go from this line to that and to build on top of that. When you're drawing, do the big things first, because if you get hung up on details like individual ribs or muscles, it's easy to just get lost in that and only check like these minute proportions without comparing those to the bigger picture. So that happens too. Yes, I would say you haven't missed much, but we've been spamming like super short poses. Right now we're doing 7-minute poses, Anta. Before we did we're on layer 21 right now. Each one is an individual drawing. So yeah.
Back to grinding.
Yes.
We are grinding again.
We
Also
are.
a bit of a nostalgic feel for me.
Cool. Oh, yeah, you were in the chat at the start, but now you're talking, right?
Yeah, I was wondering. I think I was shouting out her name.
Okay. Yes. And aside from those intermediate tips, there's a really cool principle that is kind of the opposite of the shape approach, and still not the side size approach. Where you don't. Multitasking, Anta. That's crazy. She was in a lecture too at the same time. So drawing while also listening to a teacher. Time's up, Kevin. And it has been for a while.
Okay.
It looks cool.
Yeah, the face. But for me actually, most of the things I saw when painting.
Yeah.
It's just but it's a nice practice to do it in line first, because if it's already good in line. We did not have this already.
We did not. Oh, right, we do a second one. True.
Yes,
True.
7 minutes.
Yes. I will join Aliyah and try to find a cooler spot to sit. I want a ventilated chair. How cool would that be? It's just an air funnel that you sit on, and it's just blowing air the entire time. Which is probably deadly if you have to fart, but it's everywhere. Why? But that feels like a very, very comfortable way of sitting on something. You just a net. Actually, no, it needs to be somewhat more air resistant.
A net is already good enough, actually.
Yeah. Or just like a water chair, like a water bed, but it's like a water cooling system for a PC. So that seems super super over the top, but I would like that. Anyway, the opposite of the side size thing, where you draw a grid and then you compare proportions to that. That, if you have never done it, do it, because it actually teaches your eye to compare proportions. It's really good. But for figure drawing, relative proportion is, for me at least, is king, which is basically you learn a set of proportions. For example, you have a figure, and this is the entirety. Can you see that if I do this? Yeah, you can. This is the entirety of the figure. And then you take half of that, and that's your legs. Everything above that is everything but the legs, so pelvis to head. And that's one proportion. And there's more. If you take half of the legs, that's thigh and shin. So you have that proportion too. So 1/4 of the entire height is shin bone, or the lower part of the leg. And then you can keep doing this. For example, you could go a bit more minute. You could say that maybe the head fits in that proportion 6 to 7.5 times, depending on body type or gender. But the point of it is that you have a reliable set of proportions that you can refer to, because then if you look at a model, you can see where it differs. So you can go, oh wow, this model has slightly shorter legs than my general model. Or you can say, okay, it's slightly wider. It's not the typical 2.5 heads wide, but maybe this person is somewhat, narrower, so it's only 2 heads, and something like that. So you're actually aware of how it differs from something that you know. So it's easier to make an adjustment. It's kind of like this idea of putting a gesture down and then adjusting the lines as you develop the drawing, but it's proportion based. It's a really cool system. I can only recommend it, but it's very complicated. It takes a lot of practice to get down. But once you have it, it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat.
I gave it the hugest triceps ever.
Sure. I mean, that's just some artistic exaggeration. I mean, it's flex. It's a really cool pose to study the tricep, actually. Did you know it's called the tricep because it has 3 heads?
Well, I knew it, but
unlike the bicep, which has 2. I can barely see the 3rd one.
Oh man, I hate hair sometimes. I want to see how this actually looks like. So the neck is coming here.
Mind blown. Yeah, proportion is it's such a weird topic, because at the same time it's super important, but on the other hand people get hung up about it because it's actually an interesting topic to talk about. So I'm gonna put a thesis out here and I want your opinion on it. Also, you have 3 minutes left. It's less important for something to look realistic than it is to look believable.
You're talking with me, right?
Yes, but I can make a rhetorical question and answer it myself.
Well, realistic. So, okay, it can look realistic, like like technical wise, you mean?
Yeah, just like the real thing, or
Just
you
like
know
the real
exactly
thing.
like the reference, and the other one is believable.
I think believable is more important than realistic.
I would say that too.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can have the most weird shit rendered realistic, but it's not believable. But having like a gesture and it's just a few strokes, that's believable. For me, that's more important than having a realistic picture.
Yeah. It pops up at least in my life drawing all the time, because I like to cheat in lighting where there is none, just to define form. Realistically, the lighting was flat, but I don't want that. That looks boring. So I put in some extra, broad strokes to imply some shadow, and it looks believable because of it. Because I can only render so much in charcoal in 10 minutes. I can't really go for realistic, but I can totally go for believable while doing that. And in the end, you don't need to convince someone that your drawing looks like the reference, that it looks realistic when compared to that. But you want someone to look at your drawing and believe that what's on the page is conveying something. And that can be done through all kinds of cheats, by changing proportions. For example, this is a good example where, the tricep is not as it's not in the same proportion as in the drawing, but it's stressed to a point where you believe that the person is actually putting weight on it. Because sometimes it's kind of like the overextended arm. Yeah, like Anta is saying, I'm going to translate, maybe? Yeah. You can imply a lot, the brain does the rest too. But it's also that your brain can, suspend its own disbelief. You have 40 seconds left. where if you look at, let's take Star Wars. Is it realistic that people can travel above light speed and swing swords made out of lasers around? No, we don't have that. But can I believe that it happens and that these people use these tools to save the galaxy or save the people from an oppressive empire? Yeah, it's very believable. It doesn't have to be realistic, but I can still relate to it. So in the same vein, a head doesn't need to be perfectly realistic to be read as a head. 5.
Actually, it's much more interesting to have things that are
Time's up.
that your brain has to finish up,
Yeah.
because I feel like it engages more the viewer. If it's I think the most important artworks are the ones that are on the brink to abstraction, but they're still realistic in a way. And you're like, man, this is so believable. But to be honest, the best example is also just brush economy.
Yeah.
Having just one brush tells so much, that's already super abstract. So looking at John Singer Sargent or Zorn, it's crazy how much they can show with just a few brush strokes. They're just very precise, and you believe it instantly. It's like and it's just a few brush strokes.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That's it. Cool.
Also kind of ties into a topic I really, really like because it's like universally applicable. So let me think for a second. What kind of book or film series or movie was ruined by over-explanation? Which one was it? There's a couple where...
as you know...
Yeah.
It's explaining a lot.
That's not quite what I'm going for. Not quite. Anyone knows?
So Anta said we can take a shoot any second. That's not the main skill for modern artists. Okay. Sorry.
It's in the middle of the discussion. It's about if you want something realistic, you can just take a photo. That's what artists are for.
Anna says, realistic drawing skill can be helpful because you can analyze your model better. You are able to see the reality and then change it according to your style. Yes, that's true. That's why I think it's very unfortunate when people say they don't want to learn how to render or how to draw realistic, because it gives you the opportunity to do it. 7 minutes, yeah. And why decide not to have the skill? And it's so technical, you can easily learn it, and if you understand how reality works, you can bend it to your style. It's what Anta says.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that it's not important. I'm just saying it's more important for something to be believable than realistic.
That was just a comparison.
Yeah, it's just a distinction. Not trying to devalue one. I'm just saying that one has more merit when it comes to art than the other. To the final piece, I guess.
I feel like drawing realistic is the one stepping stone that you should get to, and then you can spread out from there. But it's kind of essential to understand how to paint and draw realistically, I would say.
Yeah.
It's that classic It's that classic quote, to break the rules, you should first learn them. Yes, exactly.
The analogy I always use with students, if you try to break rules that you don't know if you're really breaking a rule. Because people always try to be rebels when it comes to, fine artists especially. You say they want to, break the mold and do something unique, unlike us filthy illustrators who just want to make money or something. That's at least how I was told it is in art school, but... because if you say I'm gonna stand here and loiter and I'm gonna break the rules while doing so, when there's no loitering rule anywhere, then you just look dumb. I'm breaking the proportions to convey something, but they don't know the actual proportions. They don't quite know what they're breaking, and it just looks wrong. That happens so often, so very, very often.
Illustrators only want to make money. I always wonder what's the best way for you to study environments. Just seems so complex and hard to break down into practicable components. Oh, well, I think environments are much easier because you can just stay very, very abstract. And for me, it's harder to do the characters because I see the object in it. It's like I can see the character, I can see the human there. And if it's just a tree, you can be so abstract. You just have to see the abstract shapes and copy them basically, or like understand what kind of graphic shapes the tree would give you. But for me, that's much easier. You have much more freedom, at least for me, because I'm more of the environment artist, I guess. So how to study them? I would say break them down into graphic shapes that you can understand. So seeing how, like, what kind of shapes would happen in water, for example, like how the values break up, and seeing how cliffs, for example, what kind of shadow they create. It also depends on the material of the environment, because, for example, Yosemite Valley, they have very specific cliffs and they look super crazy, and you could learn how to draw them. For example, you can learn how graphic they are and what kind of shapes occur in those granite cliffs. And then you have also maybe lava walls, lava stone walls. They're completely different shapes and completely different shadows that you can see there. Yeah, for me it's just, I don't know, it's easier just copying shapes. Anta, corrupted beaches. Oh really, that's cool to hear. Always find the lighting so hard to predict. Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of freedom actually, because you can just say there's a cloud in the sky, and it throws a shadow onto the ground, and so you have a nice gradient, and for me at least, you can be freer. But I feel like it's at the end it's probably practice, and that's why I feel freer with environments, because I've just drawn much more environments than characters. Quietness. Oh, we have 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
I really like how simple you make the legs.
They're the weakest part, I feel like, in this drawing.
But this is really nice. I don't know. It's
feels like it's too noodly. I don't like when there's no visible connection between the. Guess that works. They're also way too long, but that's probably okay.
It's okay, man. I mean, it's better to have longer legs.
It tells me that the connection to the hip is just. I mean, really, this drawing is just all out terrible.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You just don't even start. It's.
Guess that works. Can maybe cheat a bit. Done so before.
I always struggle with backgrounds. It's so hard, even to find a nice composition. I mean, Kevin, your environments are freaking amazing. You probably don't know anymore how hard it is. Oh man, I do know how hard they are. I know exactly.
I was gonna say, don't assume a struggle.
Yeah. It's I mean, I always struggle. It's like nothing I do is super easy for me. Yeah. I don't even know if I have a comfort zone, I always find it crazy when people say they have a comfort zone thing. I mean, you said it too, right? I'm like, I can't. There's nothing I can. nothing I would say. It's comfort for me.
There's a couple of things where I can just get lost with them, just do them forever, and then ask myself, what have I been doing all day? It's just drawing the same pose over and over again. That happens. There's all kinds of needs more work. Holy shit. How much time do I have left?
Oh, that was Mutir. Okay, I thought it was Anta. But yeah, thank you Anta, and thank you Mutir.
Do I have more time left, or is it?
Time is up, actually. I was so explaining stuff.
I'm drawing some yogurt.
This is Trikonasana. That is Trikonasana, guys. Kinda.
Ish.
Yeah, not really. It's an easier version of Trikonasana.
What's the hard version?